doesn't drink. I was lied to.
Yeah,
I
I'm just
occasionally drink
being ranked. I'm
seasonal
sorry,
drinker.
Squid. I'm gonna
Sad.
lose 3
Let me
MMR.
snipe you. Let me snipe you.
Okay, start queuing. Oh, you're not even online. Are you?
I'm launching. Relax, kid.
Launching.
Classic or what?
Of course. I'm not a role queue player. I'm not
Oh,
Fume.
yeah.
Let me know when you're going. I'll host.
It's
Three.
like, well, hold on. We'll jump into another lobby. Actually, here, this will be easier. This will be 20 times easier. God damn it! I do not have Fume as a friend. Anyway, I need you to add Fume. There we go. There we go.
There we go.
Oh,
Wait, why is the lobby dead? What the fuck?
yeah. I don't know. I think they remade. Yeah, they remade.
All right, sweet. I'm gonna make food. I'll be back.
Okay. Anyway, very, very different from last week's back-to-backs.
Yep.
We were down bad last week. We're following. Oh boy, who fuck were we following last week? God damn it.
That was the cop right side stack.
Yeah.
They had some unfortunate games. I think this series will be
All I
pretty
remember is the
interesting. I think they're pretty evenly
Sensei
matched.
Raven. I honestly, like, you're coming off of a 2-0. It's really just a warm-up for this series, in essence. I don't want to downplay team they played or anything, but
I think the biggest thing is that like the Reily Feid team, they've played together a lot more, so they're like more experienced
Toilet
playing
Jork.
together.
I don't have everybody's team names memorized.
So
But,
this is the Karan Breezy, and then they have like a high MR offlaner. They're Green Bean 86 IQ. He's like rank 400.
yeah, Reily Feid.
But he's been like 8K, I think, in the past. So he's like fairly high MR. And they have a Staple Breezy,
Yeah,
Karan
it looks like
Carey, and then
Green Bean plays position 3 for them, but
Yep.
you know, it's kind of mixed it up in the past. League of Lads debut for Green Bean, as I think it is not for Confused and not for, maybe I've seen Allren before as well. I can't quite remember.
Yeah, his
But
name sounds
obviously we've
familiar.
seen Karen and Breezy before.
Yeah, they're Lad Stages for sure.
I think it's debut for Vol. It's either going to be Vol or who is this person? Yeah, Vol.
Yeah.
Or whatever they are on the roster, Allren. And then Confused had League of Lads Season 6 stood in for a series, it looks like. But that is the only previous experience.
Gotcha.
Lost a series to Pizza Dog. Go figure. But we get to the coin toss, whatever, looking to make it a 4-0 for tonight. Will be pretty big. And a really just an incredible start to the season for them if they do improve.
Yeah.
After the 2-0 of the first series, they are sitting at, what, 4 points right now? Or
That's
did
right.
Birdman already update this? No, he hasn't yet. Yeah, sitting at 4 points, looking to make it 6. With a singular win, would take the lead of the standings, and actually tied with aggressively PMA, Mississippi at the moment. The other side of things, Reily Feid is right up near the top as well with 2 points for them. 1 tie, 1 win. Sitting at 3-1. I've been able to do. I don't know what's bigger for you, but it's Reily Feid able to sit there, watch the previous series, watch their competitors
Yeah.
right before get warmed up, and whatever is actually playing the game getting warmed up. Both
Go,
have
look,
their
look at the first
advantages.
ban. Look at
Yeah.
that first ban right there. They obviously watched like the last couple of games. They banned the coddle first ban.
So I guess there's advantages either way. Reily Feid, of course, using theirs.
Yeah.
We'll see if we got anything else. I don't think they're going to ban the Enigma, but we'll see. Didn't seem like it was too big of a deal in the last series. Potentially the DK might see something go up, but instead we'll get another classic DKMP hero.
Yeah, they just banned out Kyle Storm, and Ready bans out CK Grim. But yeah, I think like the Quran team really favors the DK hero. They pick it for their offlane a lot.
Oh, I gotta like post the stream. I forgot about that.
5 seconds remaining.
At Reily Feid. Incredible stuff here from the League of Lads name creators.
Dire team pick.
Bulljax team especially. Really bad.
Yeah. Really great, It's inspired team name, and
I get taking memes and making them team names, but like they're outdated after 1 season.
yeah. Sometimes you gotta change.
I mean, the meme you guys picked was outdated before the season even started.
That's why you gotta shed some light
Like
on it, so
we don't
everyone
even
gets
have
to
a single
experience
Morbius team,
it.
and that's popping
Yeah.
off right now, and that's a big missed opportunity.
Yeah, it'll be dead by next season, though.
Yeah, but
Like I
that's what
said.
I'm saying. You guys picked a dead meme already. Whatever is pretty consistent. Reily Feid is, I don't know, and they just came up with the fun. But I think
but it's like 3. Yeah.
this is the 3rd season of whatever having a roster or something like that.
Yeah, I think every team that DKMP has been on is named team whatever. So 3rd. Yeah.
Been around for a little bit. Dicking kids in my pool. It's the analogy. But again, going
I thought
for
it
a
was "Don't
void.
kill me, please."
Maybe. Don't kill me, please. God damn it! I actually never knew that. I always just assumed Xeriscape wasn't kidding when he said it was dicking kids in my pool.
Yeah. I didn't. I asked Bulljax what it meant, and that's what he told me. So it's probably one of those things where you can just make it up whenever you want to. Right? He probably tells people it's different things every day.
But they are stealing the Void Spirit pick from Mr. Len's last game.
It's a DKMP classic. And then the
It's a very
Quran team
classic
pick
thing to second pick it as well for DKMP.
Yeah.
Get it out of the way early on. It really opens up the rest of the draft for them. It's another thing we've seen them doing for quite a while.
Reily Feid loves picking this Dragon Knight hero. Like every time you don't ban it in the first phase, they'll first phase it every game. From what I've seen.
I have a couple of stums to back it up. Don't know if it's going to be mid here. I assume it's going to be off lane. It does seem not likely to pair with the Shadow Shaman, as it might be the
Dragon
boss
Knight?
5. Yeah.
Yeah, I think like Green Bean has played every single time they've drafted it. Like I don't Breezy doesn't like those kind of like heroes. He likes to play the playmakers, the pucks, etc. Hence the ban from Radiant. The pucks, the pangos, those game
Well, I
on
think
game
it's
players.
kind of putting Reily Feid into a scenario where they might want to pick their mid sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I think that their next pick should be mid, but we'll see. I think this Warlock hero is underrated karate. I love laning with the Warlock. I don't know about you.
I'm usually the one playing the Warlock, so
There you go.
it's alright. It's kind of boring.
It's a
I
little
think the
boring. The
Q
shard
maybe
is
needs a
amazing.
rework. It's kind of cool. It's interesting, I guess. But there's nothing really else like his Q other than
For
like
sure.
Grimstroke ulti, I guess. I don't know.
It's just like the fact that it's like percentage based and
Yeah,
can't.
but it's
Yeah,
just boring, dude. You just like cast it. It's like, okay, now you all
Warlock?
take each other's damage.
I'm trying to get Bulljax to play more Warlock.
I'm not convinced. This hero's trash.
Damn.
It's aight.
We'll see
What
how
the
it
heck?
goes.
They respond with Medusa.
It makes your fights really easy.
It does. This hero's actually pretty good. Especially to shard at 15 minutes. It's
Warlock
pretty
shard is
underrated.
one of the best shards in the game.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's just too slow for me. I just don't like it because it's slow. I don't like slow heroes.
Get a blink dagger.
5 seconds
I
remaining.
mean, same way.
Dire team pick.
Rush the
Wyvern.
Blink Dagger, War Staff. Winter Wyvern picked up though for whatever Medusa,
Radiant team ban.
Wyvern.
Ooh, I love the Spectre pick.
It seems like
Love
kind
it.
of a weaker safe lane from whatever to run the Dusa Wyvern, but we'll see if it works out for them. Spectre seems to be a common pairing with the Wyvern, but is going to be on the other end of things.
10 seconds remaining.
So both teams are, well, Radiant's last pick, not lane, and then they're actually in the last pick, the mid. Interesting.
Yeah, that seems to be like to a disadvantage though, right? Because you're just giving more bans potentially, and whatever didn't really ban out too many mids, but it's like, what else are you gonna pick here? Unless they are gonna flex this DK mid.
Yeah, I guess it just means they want like Breezy to have his pick of like what he thinks is best against all of the heroes, since they have absolute last at least. They'll see offlaner.
Radiant team ban.
They
Really
banned the
putting-
Viper, thank God for Spectre.
I think
They gotta ban like Timbersaw,
Dire
maybe.
team ban.
what it might become is, a lot of pressure on Breezy early on to kind of set the tempo, make space for Spectre, then hopefully takes over late, which I think beats out the Dusa in a late game scenario, but we'll see who gets off the ground
10
first.
seconds remaining.
Spectre just like plays map late game a lot easier, especially with the Ags.
5 seconds remaining.
They have to ban Timbersaw here on Dire, I think. It's one of like Webby's most played heroes. It's amazing against the Spectre Warlock lane. I'd be really surprised if they don't ban
I
Timbersaw.
agree. It needs to ban Timbersaw. It needs to be banned. Pugna's not enough.
No, it's not. I mean,
They may think it is, though.
Pugna Timber will absolutely shit on them.
Radiant team pick.
They banned Bat Rider? Dude, how do you not pick? You have to pick Timber right here. Come on.
Hmm.
They're
10
taking their
seconds
time.
remaining.
Be Timber
What else does
against
he
the
ask for?
DK.
Remaining.
Like maybe Razor. I can see Razor being a pick too. I mean, Webby just wants to
Necro?
play lane dominations every game.
Necro?
Necro, Razor, Timber are probably like the best three options. Just some like lane dominator that can kind of just take over.
Dude, Necro versus Warlock and Shaman feels so bad, though. Holy crap.
I think Timber is the best. Just they need they're lacking damage on Radiant. Like they need damage.
Dire team
Might be a little bit too much for the mid to do.
Brewmaster. Okay.
Seems okay.
I fuck with it. I fuck with it.
Yeah, it's okay. I think Timber does exactly the same thing, but better.
Yeah, but you get a little bit more with the Brewmaster potentially.
Yeah.
10 seconds
Yeah,
Tornado
the team
always
it's
helps
like
out.
the team fight. I guess they're going for like more of a team fight
5
oriented kind of
seconds
lineup.
remaining.
I guess that makes sense. They're just like playing around kind of Medusa brew cooldowns, Wyvern cooldown.
Does the Brew Storm Panda purge all the Spectre illusions?
What do you mean?
Like when he casts taunt?
I don't think so. No,
Okay.
no, he definitely doesn't. Like his goal is to like that. I don't love Brew against Spectre because you kind of want to throw the Spectre up, but it's hard to like get the real Spectre. Like who's he throwing up? Like Dragonite's gonna have a BKB. You don't want to be like you're not throwing up Invoker. You're not throwing up the supports. Like they're gonna cast their abilities. I guess Shaman is probably the best target to throw up.
I thought he
But
would just do it to Spectre every single fight.
if you can catch Spectre, sure, it'd be great. But it's hard to get on top of the real one on Brew. He can just, especially once he has Ags, he just goes around wherever he wants. Fights around his ult.
Have you ever seen Breezy play Invoker?
Yeah, I've seen Breezy play Invoker. He's a good Invoker player.
I never have.
I don't know if I think it's a. I mean, they're picking it. It's the Deuce counter. You know, good against both supports. I think it's a really good Invoker Orchid game.
Hey, Mike moves mid though. Isn't voice rate like shit on Invoker?
Invoker lanes is always how good is Invoker. If you're Invoker should like never lose lane if they're really good. But classically, yeah, voice rate's better because he has skill potential level 6. Hobbs wants in on the cast karate.
What did he say?
Hobbs wants in on the cast. He just DM'd me.
Oh,
We already got 3 people though.
I know. I'll tell him though. It's all good.
We can come and cast the drafting game to him.
Okay, we'll do. That's all.
Hobbs talks way too much trash. He's the biggest flamer in lads.
Look-y, yeah.
Prepare for battle.
And that's just not the vibe we're going for right now, Fume.
True. Yeah, I think this is
Positive,
gonna be really close.
whatever,
I think
coming off
these
of
teams
2 wins.
Yeah, I think these teams are really like well matched.
A wyvern's breath.
I think it's I don't know, whatever maybe didn't play. They were okay in the laning stage, it seemed like, but they really just seemed to outplay. Oh god damn it! I literally can't remember team names. You told me like 5
Boring
minutes ago.
zone in the last series. Yeah,
I didn't even ask
Like-
you that team name, so technically I have an excuse.
true. Yeah, but yeah, like
Boring zone.
I think Team Whatever's laning phase is probably their weakest point from what I've seen. But then they play the mid game like pretty well together. So I think their like safe lane is pretty weak in Team Whatever. They usually like lose their safe lane, so it'll be interesting to watch what happens this game. Like Medusa Wyvern's really not that strong. They could definitely lose
Yeah,
to
that
DK
was
Shaman.
one of the things I was gonna say in the draft. This might be something that could be abused by Reily Feid.
Yeah, I feel like both safe lanes are gonna lose though. Maybe not. I think Spectre Warlock's is like really strong, like defensively.
I mean, it's a lot of healing, and that's a lot of Spectre to get through.
I would love if Kron built a blade mill this game. I think I'd go like Tread's blade mill.
This
This
kind
game,
of seems
for
like
sure.
a draft for the safe lane that you want Bulljax to pick, but it's such a boring draft.
I know. I would if I'm playing Spectre, I would want Warlock. Like
On like an Abaddon or
Yeah.
something.
yeah, Warlock, Abba, Pugna,
Omni Knight maybe.
Ench, Omni. Yeah, like, I think Warlock's like the best option out of all of them.
Dazzle? A little Dazzle?
Well, Dazzle. Yeah, I could do it with Dazzle. I think Dazzle Wraith Kings are really strong. Like, if people don't play a lot.
Missed out on the range creep there, unfortunately for Karen. That's a big loss. Right at the start. Breezy mid lane. They're tied just at 3 is go a little bit ahead there for TKMP. I think Breezy just missed 1 creep in the first waves, but 101 build for DKMP. He's off to a fine start. Looks like the block was about even, and Breezy's able to pick up and deny a range creep
Yeah,
there.
that was big. Good CS there.
But still essentially the same in XP. Bot lane we can jump to really quick. Fox is just slowing up. Sexy Buns on the DK, confused. Just trying to do some damage to the side as Fox tanked a little bit there, but she's still going to be fine. Probably get a second level into the Cold Embrace, and they can stick in this lane for quite a while. But we'll see how aggressive they want to get on Reily Feid. Might be a slower start to this game as the kill lanes don't really seem like they're popping off just yet. Webby a little bit low top, but
Yeah.
still quiet.
I think all lanes are pretty quiet.
starting Q.
Who started Q?
Warlock did.
Yeah, that's really weird. I don't know. Like,
He's got the heal now, and I think he actually might just die if he continues to trade
Dude,
here.
you
One more
cannot-
blast, not going to be enough. I think the healing was just enough there. And I mean, the benefit of Warlock is he is going to pop a salve. It would be something you can't use on Karen later. But Karen's struggling a little bit. Not too bad compared to the Dusa, though. They're essentially tied, just falling behind the DK. His own teammate DK there. Is Webby almost going to die here? As the heal plus the Fatal Bonds on him. I don't think he's actually going to die to this, but still going to need a salve from Choppa. Yeah, action-packed first 3 minutes of Dota. If you enjoy last hitting, that is, I guess.
These lanes are all really passive, you know. Each safe lane has a greedy carry with defensive support against offlaners that are like tanky strength heroes.
Maybe we gotta kill top. Alren getting ran at, but it's all much ado about nothing. Chop is just gonna get chased off, and with the
He
Fatal
waddles
Bonds,
away.
he has to play so passively with the Fatal Bonds too, because you don't want to accidentally like do more damage to your teammates. They're gonna try and run down Fox bot lane, but Sexy Buns is not quite quick enough. He doesn't have the boots yet. He's gonna get slowed down by the Wyvern Afterglow. Not gonna commit for the kill. I don't think he didn't think he had enough damage there, but we get first blood. Actually miss it. It's a dagger. Almost did enough damage there. I think the heal was the final tick from Alren to get the kill. DKMP went up to pick Bounty Rune. Get a partial bottle refill. We lose the DK bot lane as well. Afterglow and Fox picking up that kill. And it's suddenly 1-1. Both kills off camera because I'm a master. And I think Alren might just be dying top lane. If they want to continue chase, has to go for the TP. Is there enough burst? There is 2 crits with those final 3 hits on Webby. And he might just be able to run at Karen a little bit. Well, I'm just going to harass him slightly. But still a nice kill for the Panda. Something that'll help get his game going. And he's actually second on CS right now, just behind DKMP.
Even if he lives there with that TP's not worth it. Honestly, I would just die.
I guess now he's got to walk all the way back.
Yeah, he's gonna walk all the way back and just carry suffering now.
Karen he's getting pretty low. Chop is doing a good job keeping him honest here. But again, we go back to being slightly quiet. Breezy mid is getting a little low, and DKMP almost being level 6. Could spell a potential kill, but we'll see what happens with the next creep wave. If DKMP really wants to go for it, it should be one more creep and he's going to get level 6. And Breezy still sitting on the high ground. Now sees that. I think he should be fine though. Breezy's almost level 6 himself. I mean, obviously it doesn't really matter on Invoker, but he's keeping up with the Void Spirit. Confused, not gonna drop bot lane. I had to tank a bit of the Ice Shard there. Breezy's gonna be fine. A little bit of a rotation from Chop, but I think this is just to find the runes. He's gonna tank a Sunstrike, unfortunately for him. But nothing doing bot. Yeah, this is really convincing Bulljax to pick Warlock, I think.
I'm kind of digging it actually. He's owning.
I mean, I know, but I just feel like you guys aren't talking much. You're just like falling asleep.
I don't want to overload the comms. I thought this is your guys' thing. I'm eating pizza.
What kind of
What the
pizza
heck,
are you eating?
Bulljax?
Dude, what do you want from me?
What kind of pizza are you eating?
Leftover pizza.
Well, from
It's from PJ's Pizza.
Oh,
It's like a local place.
that's a good.
It's pretty good. I'm trying one that's my wife got. What did she get? Just normal cheese, and then I got banana peppers and pepperoni.
Damn, Bulljax. You're like holding this out and you're holding back the pizza on us? What the hell, man?
It was pretty good.
Breezy's getting
Confused, gonna
gone.
get ran down bottom. There's a stun for Afterglow as he runs out of mana, but can he actually kill Confused? The Sunstrike not gonna connect. Fox is nowhere near low enough. The Sunstrike maybe actually wanted to go on Afterglow there. It's just a bit late. Afterglow is gonna be fine, and they also get out on the Shadow Shaman. Confused, escaping with his life. And there's an Invis Rune mid, DKMP jumping in. I don't think he commits for it though. Gets a little bit more damage than the Invoker. But without the Aether Remnant, this isn't going to be a kill unless he hits it, goes back in. There's a wand pickup from Breezy. Now it's just going to be right clicks the Sunstrike on the DKMP and a creep, so it doesn't kill him. DKMP lives. Just split the damage. Enough to survive.
The Fairy Fire making the difference, I want to say.
Yeah, definitely.
Big XP for Choppa too. He basically TP'd to sap the XP, but you know, what can you do? Support life be like that.
Oh, level 5 on Pugna at this point is pretty good. Getting levels early on that hero is necessary.
You like his skill build so far?
Let me see. Yeah, I like it. Yep. He's just gonna be he's gonna be bopping on towers.
Well, they have no damage in the top tier 1 yet.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, he's actually going over to farm creep wave at the moment.
He's taking Karan's Small Camp.
Can't really do too much damage to the Spectre, and the fuse raindrops on the Spectre actually doing a bit of work there. But there is a smoke, or not a smoke. They're just walking up top lane. The Arcade Rune is on Alren, not the Invoker. They're going to run at Karen top, but he does have level 6 here, so he could try and pop ulti to escape this. Does he have the time? No, he doesn't. DKMP has the burst. It's a level 4 to simulate. The Sunstrike on Choppa going to miss because he actually walked back towards Alren. He's going to die to the heal, but crucially there, Alren does not get XP for that. He's still level 5, and a little ways to go to get level 6.
Yep. Karan currently has Ags queued up as the first item. I really hope he does not actually rush
Holy
Ags.
shit.
They're just diving
hope
bot lane.
he
Two
does
sexy
anything else.
buns are running in, but Fox has already cleared the area. Just fly over the trees. And mid lane, they want to go on Breezy. There's a cold snap on DKMP, but I don't think they can get this kill onto Breezy. Locking him in. It's a little
Karan's
difficult
in.
here as they go back. Karen getting aggressive. Karan. I remember last season I kept saying Karen and he was getting mad.
Yeah, Bulljax
Typical
yelled at
Karen
me.
behavior.
I like to call him Karen, but then Bulljax yelled at me, so I stopped.
Come on, come on.
We could say-
It just Karen sounds better, so you know.
But I'm just saying, like, if he gets mad about it, isn't that like the Karen behavior?
Right.
True.
I'm just kidding. We can call him Karan. That's me.
So, Breezy R, I don't like his skill build on Invoker right now. You really want to be like 414 on Invoker at level 9?
Or just like pick, yeah, you gotta pick one. Pick Wex or
This
Exorderly.
second point in Wex is not good.
yeah, that's
It
weird.
needs to be 1 point. I just, it's a little pet peeve of mine. Like, his double force experience is insane.
Choppa. They want to try and keep this mid-tier 1 alive as Ward's committed. Really want this mid-tier 1. We'll see if they even try to defend this. But what a winner's curse on to 4. Breezy's going to die in the middle of this. I believe he does not have the HP. Down goes Invoker as they chase Confuse up the hill. Sexy Buns is going to get tossed up in the air by Webbing. I think they're going to be able to clear off the DK. If Choppa can time the stun, he just comes down to the Dragon Tail. But Webby's still going to drop after that. Choppa picking up, I think, a couple of kills there. No, just the 1 kill. It's DKMP killed off the Invoker and Webby with the Shadow Shaman kill. But a huge fight for whatever as they start to build tempo.
Yeah, Fox owned the last 2 games, and that was another like game-changing play. Fox is just like having these huge ultis.
And
Like my
TP mid
main one.
again. They hit him with a nice cold snap on the Webby. He does not have the Panda to get out of this. The grab from Confused. They are going to lose Webby.
What's going on here, buddy?
It's a very
It's
weird place to
the
be. Yeah.
space for the tier 1, I guess.
Bounty.
Medusa's just chilling, top, farming away. As expected.
A bauble from the void.
Prime is committing to the Ag's first build. I really, really don't like this. I think you like need an item that kind of accelerates your farm or like adds to a team fight.
Is it in Blade Mail? Is it? I feel like Blade Mail rocks this game.
You can do Blade Mail, you can just go Manta, you can go Diffusal, you can go Radiance. I think those are all better choices than Eggs. I think Diffusal Manta build is pretty good this game. I like Blade Mail to Radiance is really good too.
I want to go for a smoke play for anything. Choppa might be the target here.
Who are they gonna find?
Actually, they're gonna find. They ganked a ward. They did get it. It's 150 gold. But I think still this big mid-tier 1 fight gonna be huge. Fox gets tossed up in the air. Allrin waiting on the golem, and I don't even think he needs to use it here as they want to try and bring down Fox. No, the heal from Choppa keeps her alive. He gets the winner's curse off, and I don't think it's gonna kill Confused unless there's a rotation from Webby. Just a little bit of ticks. He's going to get rid of the Shaman, and Choppa running back in, goes for the suck, stays alive, and crucially, they're going to kill onto Allrin. Webby continuing to chase the Cold Snap, going to cancel the cast of the Panda Brewlings, but he just gets it off at the end, goes for the Ghost Walk, there isn't any dust, and I think we're still chasing down near the jungle, already inside Sexy Buns. Couple right clicks back into DKMP.
Just poked him a little bit. They finally got tier 1 mid, so I guess that was alright.
They didn't give up too much for it either. Still
It just
kinda
feels really
poor.
hard for them to start anything on Dire until they have
Stun
this
lands,
DK Blink Dagger.
DKMP does not have another charge in the ultimate, but he does have Dissimulate up, so I don't think they're going to be able to get this. Sunstrike, just miss. I don't think I would have killed anyway, but... Actually, what level Exhort is this? 6?
I don't think it would have gotten the
I
kill.
don't think I would have killed him. No, not even close. Oh, but
This
it's quiet
Brewmaster's going Aeon Disc now.
Tower is under attack.
I mean, it
really
always
like
guarantees the Panda Brewlings cast, right?
Why isn't he finishing Vessel? Why isn't he finishing
He's
Vessel?
gonna run it all right in the trees. They have a ward right on top of him, though. In comes DKMP. They get a stun. Sexy Buns finds Choppa, but he actually casted the Decrepify on Sexy Buns, so he's still tanking the tower shots. He just dies underneath the tier 1, and I think Sexy Buns is eventually gonna die here to the ticks of the urn as well as the Panda.
Wow, man.
The Panda Cinderbrew.
Yeah.
And does he actually just deny this tier 1? Breezy going for it. The right click goes to DKMP, though. Just a little bit too quick.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
The Coronal McDonald house. I like that one.
The Corrado McDonald's.
Start his own charity. But yeah, 4K gold lead still, though. Only 17 kills, 15 minutes into the game. This is more than a kill per minute at this point. But
I think it's a little more active than I thought it would be. But actually, Radiant does have a good lineup where they can just kind of run around with 4 heroes and do stuff while Medusa farms. All they have to do is play around Brawl.
well, it kind of feels like Reily Feid maybe wanted to do something similar with the DK Shadow Shaman, right? Just be taking a lot more towers at this point in the game.
Yeah.
They've gotten 2 tier 1s. They don't quite have the top tier 1 yet. Actually, same
Yeah,
situation
they just-
on the other side, but
They need DK Blink. And they still don't have it.
50 gold away, Allrin. It's going to get slowed up. DKMP thinking about chasing in. They got the Cinderbrew from Webby for another slow. Tornado missed on the DKMP. Eventually gets the kill. Choppa going to look for Confused, who may be overcommitted here. Going to slow him up with the Decrepify, but it's a little bit too far. Don't want to dive the tier 2. That's the right choice.
I'm surprised Webby's not finishing Vessel. I think it's a really good Vessel game, but I think he's prioritizing the eggs next. I guess.
I still don't like Aeon.
Stun mid. They did get a blink from Sexy Buns. This is their initiation, but I think they actually missed out on the EMP there, so Webby's just going to want to fight this afterwards. Confused is dead. And a weird initiation from Reily Feid leads to some feeds themselves. At least Alrin can get off a Golem as well as the Fatal Bonds. And, well, no, he actually didn't even get the Fatal Bonds off. DKMP has committed too much, but again, the Winner's Curse is going to save DKMP. I'm not even sure his cast on there. It looks like it was Karen. He took a bit of damage. It's not going to get the kill, but it does reset the fight as Webby runs in just for the end of these Brewlings. I think he's going to get away with the main Panda. The Tornado again missing. They got the Hex. They got the wards out. They're going to look for Webby, but the healing is there. The Decrepify is there. They double saved him, kind of stacking that as Webby now has to turn around. He needs to clear some of the wards. The Meatball on top of him. He's ticking down lower and lower. Sexy Buns is going to die stuck inside the wards this whole time, blocked by his teammate. Confused, kind of killing him off there, but a godlike double kill, triple kill for DKMP at the very end.
Did DK blink into the wards, or did Shaman place them around them?
I didn't even see it. He might have even
like
blinked
he
into it.
Into them. I'm pretty sure he blinked into the wards and then could not escape. I was just stuck in there. Oh, that feels bad, man. Like, this is like the somewhat thinking this
DKMP is launching.
Their first series.
I don't know if he gets his kill, though. He's walking underneath a ward. He is going to pop himself into the Hex. Alrin running away. DKMP going to think about diving. No. Thinks better of it.
Yeah. Team Whatever just has these like 2 save supports that are just sitting behind their cores and just saving them every time.
Yeah.
And the enemy team's really having a big problem like focusing and killing who they're going on. I don't think you ever go on Brew, especially in Aeon Brew. Like you're there, that's not your first target anymore. So that was kind of like a weird initiation, definitely for.
Well, even if the EMP connects, I think he's still gonna have enough mana to get off the Brewling ulti, and of course he has the Aeon disc.
They suck from Pugna. Like there's no way, even with the EMP. Like I was saying, I think it would have been a good Invoker Orchid game if you wanted to do that kind of build, but. It's way too late for it, and you have to go for like this Earn Wishblade build. I think it's fine, but they're just never killing through first.
Webby gonna walk into Roshan. Just trying to start it here. DKMP can't really offer too much damage to that. It's really gonna be Afterglow. He's finally showing up to this 001 for Afterglow. Haven't really seen him at the fights, but he's got a Manta picked up 19 minutes into the game. I think he's got something flying out on Courier too. Going for Scotty next.
I really feel like Dire should contest this. Reily does the Roche really slow. Like it takes them so long to finish. Like Dire should be able to set up around it. Like
I don't think. Do they know they're in there? Yeah, they do know. They smoked on 3. There's a Tornado onto Webby and Afterglow. There's a stun. Sexy Buns wants to get on top of Fox. There's a nice Winner's Curse. It only locks in 2, but it's still gonna know it's on to 3. Gonna help them set up a lot of damage for Afterglow. Who pops the ulti, gets on top of the supports. They've killed off Sexy Buns on the DK. It will go for Alren, who cut off a Golem at the last second, but it's really not going to do too much as Afterglow is going to die here. It's a little bit too much damage for the Dusa. Karen just waited till the very end, the perfect timing to show up on the Spectre and get the kill. Gets the TP as well. DKMP just a bit too late as there's a TP in from Breezy. Now this is his buyback. He wants to try and fight this. There's a charge up in 6 seconds for DKMP. Looking for the Aether. Misses on the Aether. A rare miss from DKMP, but it doesn't matter as Choppa can pick up the kill. Webby is now in fire of Karen, who comes back in after going back to base after that TP. The Aether Remnant this time dead on, but I don't think Karen could get this kill. Instead, Confused is going to look for the grab, goes for the kill onto Choppa instead. I think they could have killed DKMP, but it doesn't matter now because Karen is just going to die to right clicks. They go for the suck onto Alrin. Choppa is going to die at the very end. Confused gets the grab this time. Can they actually finish off Karen? He's dropping low, 200 HP. The shock, the Hex, they get him with the Breathe Fire. Sexy Buns dies in that fight, comes back to get the kill, and Roshan is still up. It's not even over.
Wild fight. Holy shit, wild fight. I think that favors Dire, though. Like, fairly significantly. obviously, since they're hitting Roche.
I don't even think Fox is the
Medusa's
only
good.
person that can make a play at this. Is going to have to walk into the Roche pit, look for the winner's curse. It's just going to use it here. Gets a lot of damage on the Allren. Is this going to lead to the kill? Yes, it does. Allren
Medusa
dropping
salty.
low. Goes for the sentry instead on the Dusa. Walking in his afterglow. Stones a couple. They
It's a
don't
block
even get the,
buyback.
or they do get the Warlock. It's a buyback. It's going to bring him back into this fight again. Karen with the eggs can't find a target as Fox is just sitting there invis. There's no reveal. Fox back out of it again, has the heal, can just distract Karen on the Spectre as they go back into the Roche pit. Sexy Buns going for a TP, and I think he doesn't get it right at the last second. Choppa with the blast gets the kill. Karen going for a TP again. This time the taunt is on. DKMP is solid once again.
Wow.
They get the kill onto Karen, and that is 2 deaths in a row, I believe, for the Spectre.
Yep. He pretty much respawned, went back in there, and died.
Which is, they won that fight, you were saying, Fume. It favored them, and now it's just
Yeah, but they
right
couldn't
back
finish
the other
Roche.
way.
Because the exact same thing happened to them. They just couldn't finish Roche fast enough, and then Radiant just respawned and killed him. And then now Radiant's way far ahead on the trade because they end up with winning the skirmish and getting Roche. Yeah. This
Oh,
is
bot
really
lane, they
bad
want to go
Dire.
on Breezy, but DKMP, can he actually do this alone? Does he have the damage? He missed the 8th Remnant. There's too many creeps as Allren can heal him back up. Would have been a big pick.
I think they're just waiting for Medusa Scotty, and then they can just run down the lane. I don't know. I don't think Dire has damage to kill Medusa once he has Scotty. Especially twice. Everyone's so poor on Dire. Like,
Dude, you look at the network charts, you can really see they're struggling to even keep up with Webby on the Panda. Is DKMP gonna think about jumping in? They did smoke down here, but only one still underneath the effect, and this Choppa, not the greatest initiator. Webby top lane, they want to get aggressive. There's a stun from Sexy Buns, but he just doesn't care. He's just walking away. The Spectre ulti on top of this. Allren's going to commit the Golem. He could just turn it around on this. Aeondisk already committed. They got a lot of damage in Afterglow at the back. If they can get the shards, the Shaman is just exploded by DKMP. He wants to jump further into Sexy Buns. And of course, Afterglow still has the Aegis for this fight. Tornado, I know a couple of the Brewlings there as they want to try and dive past the EMP, past the tier 2. Choppa chasing. There's a stun from Sexy Buns. Once again, the Decrepify on Allren. The silence, double silence from DKMP. They want to chase Sexy Buns up to the tier 3. And it just can't stand up to the right clicks of Afterglow. They need to save this range creep, however. And they don't, so they're not going to be able to go high ground, but I think they might have enough time. Nope, they actually, with the Fortified, they're not going to have enough time before the back door kicks in, I think.
yeah, they're not going to be able to get this tower.
No, they do. We spoke too
Do
soon.
they? Yeah. They should be able
No,
to.
oh, dude, it was right there.
Yeah.
They got it low first, though.
Breezy's
It's like
getting caught,
Breezy is
man.
just dead. Karen coming in very late to this. There's just a dissimilate for DKMP. And Karen is just out, realizing that was not a fruitful opportunity.
This Brewmaster Storm Panda, he does kill all the delusions.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
I'm still saying Karen, aren't I? God damn it.
Yeah, just watch the next fight. He clears all the illusions.
Damn. All right, that's the counter to Spectre then.
It's actually insane.
All right. This makes sense. I'll watch him.
Yeah, that's why the sector isn't doing damage anymore in fights.
I mean, he's just got no items. That's also why he's not doing damage.
That's not bygones be bygones.
Even once he gets Manta, too, it's same thing. Webby playing well in this game 1, well, technically game 3 for whatever.
Yeah, this just got Scotty. This is time. You can literally walk
Yeah.
back down.
I don't know how they stopped them here, to be honest.
It's time to end the game. Are they really gonna wait?
Yeah. Vlad's teams, they played safe.
Dude, I'm literally barreling down mid right now.
Got
Dude,
Aegis.
Lad's team's played 2 safe. This is like week 2, week 3, whatever
I
it
know.
is.
Exactly. Who cares? Just fucking have some fun.
I was in the fountain multiple times yesterday. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Still too early in the season. This is when you experiment.
Right.
This is when you throw on purpose so that you can have a redemption arc in your season.
Love a good redemption arc.
But I don't know. We'll see how hard it is for them to do that. Afterglow is still pretty big here. Is going to lose Aegis before the next fight. Is jumping in mid lane is DKMP. They want to try and find Karan with a stun. The taunt. I don't think they have enough damage though. Plus Karan has the ult. He gets one of the illusions off. The Sunstrike nowhere near, and he actually lives with about 30 HP. I think at the lowest there. But still, they took the tier 1 bot.
Brewmaster eggs.
2 charges up for Webby, and is this just end game stage already? 27 minutes in. Whatever has really not missed a beat. Top lane DKMP gets stunned up by Sexy Buns. Is there a stun? No, there's not.
Throws out a high five. Unreciprocated.
Mercy, can you cast high five while TPing?
No.
I think you can.
It stops the
Are you
TP.
sure?
It stops the TP.
That's kind of lame.
Trying to bait him into canceling it.
I mean, if you have the one setting on that like disables casting without stop key. Blink stun on a Fox again. It's a good initiation for Sexy Buns, but there's the curse. They just get it onto one. Breezy is locked in. They get a lot of damage in the Evoker. Down he goes. It's Karan looking for a target once they get on top of DKMP, getting a lot of damage there into the Void Spirit, but out comes Afterglow's ulti. The Dusa just slowing everyone down, but they still just can't find any kills. Sexy Buns just kind of ditched out of that fight early to go cut the wave to make sure they couldn't push, and that's priority number 1.
Breezy had to buy back for the second time this game. Throws his net worth down even more. Pretty tough.
It's clearly the 3 cores of whatever on top of the network chart. Really not even close now. Alright, there's a decent amount of space between Webby and Sexy Buns, but even the Spectre, at the same time, it's 2.5k gold. Still, they're just playing it safe. $17k net worth lead, confused, gonna think about going in, and I don't think they can get Webby on this. I mean, the annoying thing is they got rid of a lot of mana there, but in goes Karan, backside, wanted to kill Fox, but he couldn't actually get the kill. At least Aether Taunt is gonna miss. He goes for the TP, silences there, he's still gonna die. They had the damage from Afterglow, and a very big death from Karan. He tried to get too aggressive, and he's down for a minute with no buyback. But again, just look at how good they are cutting the waves, Reily Feid. They're just keeping this game going.
They fleeced the top lane though.
Yeah, it's not going to be enough. They tried their best to cut, but this is like multiple X. So.
Yeah, they
Just
shouldn't
too
be
far ahead.
maxed.
I don't think it's game, though.
No, not game yet.
30 seconds until the Spectre. You're going to dive for Confused. It's probably just the low-hanging fruit there. The support, a little easy for DKMP to jump in, but he's just trying to slow them down. There's a DD in the top river with Roshan respawning in 4 seconds. That might just be perfect timing for whatever to back off, take Roshan, and then take the final fight of this game. We do have creeps pushing in bot tier 2 as we get a 3-man smoke. When walking in, has a couple of targets here for the Fatal Bonds, but 8 seconds until that Golem off cooldown gets a nice Fatal Bonds on a 3. Blinking in, Sexy Buns gets a stun. Karan back to the backside. He wants to continue to find these picks, but he can't quite get them onto the supports. They're going to get a kill in the middle of the fight. Shoppa was just stuck next to the DK, but out comes the curse again. Sexy Buns dropping low, dies to Afterglow, walking through. the ice wall there. Karan is able to retreat underneath the tier 3 with the Manta Illusions hammering away at Webby. Confused goes for the grip onto Webby. They want to lock in the Panda here. He's out of Brewling's charges for another 20 seconds, and I don't think there's a Force Staff to get him off the high ground. So we are going to lose Webby here. 31 minutes in. I mean, they all buybacks, though. 38 to 15. It's a 20k net worth lead, and I don't know. It seems like they're still happy with that. Sucks that you lose Webby, but it's 2 racks down.
Yeah. Bear has to be landed to Roche right now if they want this to be worth it at all.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised they haven't scouted this out yet. At least I don't think so. They might have pinged it earlier. But either way, it's almost a little bit of an opening for Reily Feid with the Panda dead. Not the greatest Roshan lineup, though, is whatever. Gonna walk over, finally scout this.
Yeah. I'll try to contest, but it's not looking
Blink
great.
stun on to Sexy Buns, I believe. But no, it's Sexy Buns has found Fox. This time they get the initiation they want. It doesn't matter. Confused is dead at the same time, making it a 1-for-1. And Sexy Buns is going to fall. They lose 2 to pick up 1, and it's only the support. Allren is trying to make his way out of here. DKMP with another charge up in 2 seconds. Might search for Allren. There is not a ward here. And the vision on the support. Warlock gets out. So they only lose 2, but I think that essentially guarantees Roshan for whatever.
They keep going on sports, which is fine, but they just end up getting a sport and then dying on multiple heroes.
They
The
can
core's
go
unready,
in and get
just
the
even
kill. They just can't get out.
Yeah. And then the core is unready, like so unkillable. They have to go on sports.
We're going to get another
Then-
Aegis on Afterglow here, and it looks like he's getting the shard too.
Yep, he took shard. It's pretty good. They have a lot of single target spells on Dire.
No, we actually gave the shard to DKMP.
Oh. You get it. It's a little bit more range on W.
A little bit more damage.
He's the top net worth in the game.
Yeah. DKMP is playing very well.
That's actually kind of surprising he's able to stay ahead of Afterglow this game.
Right?
Yeah. They have been fighting a lot. Like the last 15, 20 minutes, they've been fighting a lot.
I don't even think
DKMP has
that's...
22 kills. That's how you get gold, my friend.
Well, I don't
kills.
even think it's like really anything against Afterglow either, because he's still done his job this game. Like,
it just kills give you a lot of gold.
Yeah. But tier 3 is getting knocked on again, and the last barracks standing, getting siege as Karan is going to jump in, look for Choppa. Choppa without a save there. He put the Decrepifying cooldown earlier. The save from Fox. Karan doesn't have a target. Confused. Off to the side. Looks for a grip, but he doesn't have one. Sexy Buns pops the BKB. Gets a stun. Fox dropping low, but not going to die. There's Breezy running away from Afterglow. The clutches of the Dusa. The Scotty slowing him down, but Sexy Buns back in. Goes on Choppa. The save from Fox again. They get the break from Afterglow. Just wants to bring down Sexy Buns with the Shadow Blade there. Is able to finally get him. The Silver Edge, excuse me. I don't know why I couldn't think of that, but I think this is basically it. Just not enough damage at the end of the game. DKMP still fine. They still have the Aegis jumping in. They get Allren with DKMP. Karan has to cower in the trees. And I don't think there's much he can do on his own as the Megas fall. And still no GG's, but I think essentially it's game over.
Pretty much. You know, I thought Radiant was going to struggle with damage issues, but it's really Dire that has, absolutely no damage.
Well, what was the last pick again? It was the Brew. You were saying Timbersaw, but Brew kind of accomplishes the same thing.
Yeah, I think
he did.
They just needed someone to, hunt.
Kron going to try and give it one last hurrah, but it's not going to matter. Goes down, and in the fountain, confused. Nothing he can do. That's Karan dead, and that brings out the GG's.
That's 3-0 for this DKMP team.
They're on a roll, man. It is. The form, the practice is working. Fox.
It really does seem like it because they never tripped themselves up in that game, and I don't think they really tripped themselves up too bad in the first 2 games either.
That game was looked pretty easy for them.
26
They
to 1. It looks
just-
like he's playing a bot match, dude.
Yeah, that's like the easiest Medusa game ever, where like you never really feel under pressure.
You
just
kind
kinda-
of it's just one of those games where you let DKMP carry you, and that's all right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are we
it's a
bringing
dog
Hobbs in or what? Do
we
you
can
want
bring
Hobbs in
Hobbs.
here?
Get Hobbs in here. Get Hobbs in here. I gotta bounce to get the dog, so you can take him.
All right. Peace,
Yeah.
Bulljax. Well,
Oh,
we'll add
yes.
Hobbs. Do you have any last words? Oh, he's just gone. Okay.
Rip. R.I.P. Bulljax.
Anyway, do you have any words on game one?
I feel like it's just. I feel like it's a draft thing. I think Dire's draft was way too passive. Like Invoker, DK, Spectre, all are kind of like need a lot of farm, need their items, just too slow. I think they'll bounce back in game 2 with better draft. Put Get Breezy on more of like a
And
tempo carry.
what'd you think of Bulljax's performance game one?
I think it was lackluster. Hoping we get a bounce back in his next appearance.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was like, game two is his bounce back. He was eating pizza the whole time. But we wait. I don't know if we can actually get Hobbs in here. If he's just gonna be AFK. Do I even have him on Steam? I think I do. Fume stand in for Webby.
Okay, go.
Oops. What? No, dude. Oh my god. Hobbs, get on this. Are you playing?
No, they're memeing.
Oh. Well, I didn't know
I-
he was being serious. Why we being gone?
I thought they would be serious.
I don't. No, he's in the lobby. We're good.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, not party. There we go.
Yeah. Let me make a drink quick. I'll be right back.
Hobbs, get in the lobby. I sent it last.
No,
Dude, get in the lobby.
I typed lads, it didn't work.
Oh, well, join it from the party. There you go.
Alright, now it works. I guess I just typoed it.
Hey, you're just bad. You probably had caps lock on.
Yeah.
Get good, Hobbs. Anyway, what'd you think of game one?
I kind of yawned a lot. The game was like, Dire made the game really hard for themselves after they pushed the tier 1 mid. Probably they pushed it sort of too. They pushed it and weren't like properly set up to actually take that fight. And then they sort of just kind of chain fed and made the game really awkward for themselves because they were sort of forcing fights into much easier executing team fight.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Well, it's got to be a bounce back for Reily Feid and whatever just wants to continue the streak 3-0
Yeah,
on the night, the back to
yeah,
back.
they're definitely a better team than that. I think I think one of their problems is just sort of they're kind of a team that plays a lot based on like what is it, their gut. And I know like their three core players pretty well, but I don't know necessarily know the supports. I think if they just sort of took a deep breath and looked at the game and said, we have Shadow Shaman Spectre DK, we should play in side lanes, we should just run at them in the mid lane, I think the game would have gone a lot better for them. Just my thought. Because they just need to breathe.
10 seconds remaining.
So if you were playing
5
in game one,
seconds remaining.
you wouldn't
Oh,
want
no, because I have like the same type of issue.
Hobbs was talking a lot of shit about the team whatever game one. What's up?
I
Yeah, he
stand by it.
was.
I think I don't yeah. I stand
Well,
by
okay.
it. I think
My criticism about
I think DKMP, Fox, and like Choppa are very good players, and I don't know enough about Afterglow, but like I think honestly like I think DKMP is like pretty like he's either really good or really bad. Like, but I don't think any of like I don't necessarily know the personalities,
10
but like they
seconds
seem like they're like
remaining.
nice people. It's just it
5
like
seconds
except maybe Webby.
remaining.
I think that
Yeah,
guy's
I
kind
have
of
a
a
lot of
dick.
beef. Okay, I'll say this about
Oh,
Webby. I have a lot of beef with Webby, but I think he's improved a lot over the last like 6 months. I think he's a lot
yeah,
better than he used to be.
he's honestly been pretty chill with me when I played with him.
Yeah,
But
lately I've got
go ahead.
he's chilled out. No, he's chilled out a lot lately. And I think that kind of goes into the mental state, like why he's been more like a steady player.
I think both teams have similar sort of emotional problems in that they're both
Isn't that what
teams
you
are the
say
type.
about like every team, bro?
No, I don't say that
It's a
about every
Dota
team.
problem. It's a Dota problem for sure.
It's
Like,
definitely a Dota problem, but like there's some teams who I think are like some teams when they practice a lot, they become less emotional. And there's some team like I mean every team has some element of emotions, but some teams like it's like clearly a really bad problem for in that like when they start losing, they just keep doing the same thing until the lead gets like insurmountable.
yeah, I think
Uh,
it's a core player problem too. Like some people, especially mid players, like will keep trying to like force the issue and force the issue and
10
just die in
seconds
like really bad
remaining.
places when they're
like I'll
tilting.
tell you teams with like for
5
example like
seconds
ET
remaining.
like
Fire team
teams with like
win.
really good support captain players tend to not have that problem because they're really good at like just making their teammates breathe.
Right.
Like
I mean,
Bull,
you kind of need someone like talking about what you think the whole team should be doing and
yeah,
talking like that. And it's easy when that stops. Like
10
people are more
seconds
quiet when they're losing,
remaining.
so then people tend to make like more individual
Fire
mistakes because they're
team
trying to like
won.
force things on their own. Because people are more quiet when they're maybe tilted from losing a lane or making a bad decision. So yeah, you definitely need people like
Red team.
to continue talking, like thinking about what you
Fire
should be
team
doing,
done.
especially on sports.
yeah. I mean, it's not even necessarily just like strategy. Like I think people there's you need like one person on your team that just reminds you to just like breathe because sometimes what happens is when you're winning, sometimes people just play the game like they're winning every single time the same way, and
Radiant team pick.
Right.
Winter
it doesn't
Wyvern.
necessarily translate from pubs. So like you see whatever just picked like basically they just picked three comfort heroes.
Yep. That
Wyvern is
exactly.
good against Tiny IO.
10 seconds
And like
remaining.
my thing is that
5
like
seconds
I do
remaining.
agree with you that I do think these teams are like um similar in style and flavor and that they do have like a lot of like play by your guts thing. I just think the cap for the Reily Feid team is a whole lot higher. But I think like the last game, like there was a point where they just kept like running into them, and it didn't really feel like they had a way of killing any of the heroes they were running into.
I
They
think
were
it was a
just
draft
like,
issue. That's what I said. I
yeah,
think like I hated the drafts. This draft is like you can tell like they've switched it up so much. They have this Tiny Isle and they have Zeus Night Stalker. Like they have these low cooldowns, kind of like stronger laners that can run around the map a lot easier, more damaged.
yeah. I mean, I
This
think DK Shaman is good, but then I think the Warlock Spectre follow up was pretty bad.
and then the
Uh,
Invoker doesn't do anything to round out that mess of a draft either.
I mean, I get the idea. You're just like playing side lanes, but like they
Invoker just like needs items too, and like if he's the one running around, he needs other low cooldown heroes to play around, which is not Spectre Warlock. And then, yeah, like you said, DK Shaman's a good opener, but it wasn't. Like they kind of just like ignored that kind of strategy with their last two picks.
Templar Assassin.
TA is a good response to that, I think. It's a good TA game. I like that.
Dire team ban.
I think it's nice when you're drafting and you can just pick your mid hero like in the first phase, like most games. It kind of makes the draft easier, you know. I think that's the team whatever strength for sure.
10
I
seconds
think
remaining.
Team Whatever is a big time comfort team.
5 seconds
They're
remaining.
they're good vibe. If they're winning, it's good vibes. If they're losing, it's bad vibes. So
They've won 3
usually,
games in a row, so it's a
what?
good vibes. They've won 3 games in a row now, so
Yeah,
a lot of good
I think
vibes.
I think they're it's like they're a team that once they start losing, they're not very good at putting the brakes on the losing.
Sure.
That's what I would say like the biggest issue for the team is. And I think like sort of conceptually like
10
yeah,
seconds remaining.
that's just sort of my thoughts on it.
5 seconds remaining.
Like I still am pretty firm that I think the Radiant team is a better team. Like I would much like I think they have a higher cap, but like the whatever team is like, oh, they're just like solid. Um, but I don't necessarily see them like playing.
Radiant team pick.
But so far, I like their draft a lot actually for whatever. I do
Yeah,
think
I do
that
too.
I don't know if you know much about this Reily Feed team, but the Zeus is like Allrin's like mega comfort hero.
I know,
Oh,
like, I don't know much about Alrin. I just know. I
he
mean,
is
Breezy and
he,
Karan. I played against Breezy with them,
5
those two, like
seconds
so much, and then I know
remaining.
Greenbean a little bit from
I'm
poker.
pretty sure Allrin like basically like grinded to rank like 500 playing only Zeus support.
Dire
And
team
then I think he's since deboosted a bunch.
Yeah, he's like divine something now.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. The
I don't
Reese.
know if I don't know if he's still if I'm mixing him up with an older Blue Pikachu player, but there was one guy on the roster from Blue
10
Pikachu who was
seconds
1 point like
remaining.
just a Zeus support player.
5
Interesting.
seconds remaining.
Razor's good against a TA, but it's kind of awkward against Wyvern and
Choose
Lena.
your hero.
Yeah, I think it's like not amazing against TA. You can get bursted like once TA's items. You have to
Yeah,
have like another hero like with you to help control TA or like kind of face check for you. I like the Tusk pick. He can just yeet the fucking Razor away.
yeah.
Get out of here, boy.
Um,
I like whatever's draft a little bit more. I like Riley Feed's draft a lot more than game one though.
no, it's a Zeus mid, so it's a
Yeah.
support tiny.
Yep. 4 tiny 5 IO.
Yeah.
Well, to another draft we go. You guys seem a little bit more confident, at least in what Reily Feid is maybe doing. They're switching it up compared to last
I,
game.
I like their draft last game. I just think they didn't execute. They like missed their timing, and then they looked like dumbasses, even though they had a good idea. Because like the thing with Dota is like with Dota, you make one or two mistakes, and then you look like complete fucking dumbasses sometimes.
Yeah, and some drafts have like no room for error.
Yeah,
They're
I
like
think that
if
was
you
the
make no
issue.
mistakes, yeah.
I
That
think
draft had
Zeus
no room for error.
with Zeus versus Spectre, if you get behind on either of them, I think it looks like really hard for the other person. Especially because Spectre doesn't really like flash farm very well. Which is kind of what I agreed with you that did he even hard rush an Ags? I forget if he
He
actually
did, yeah. I hated it. I wanted him to go like Blade Mail into like I think like he could have went Diffusal Manta, he could have went Blade Mail Radiance. It would have been
I don't think anyone really hard rushes an Ags right now.
no,
On
nobody
like
does. It's really Diffusal Manta, Blade Mail Manta, Scotty, Blade Radiance. Some people just go Radiance still viable.
Well, off we go. Game 2, whatever, looking to make it a clean sweep tonight. Go 4-0. Be the first
be
team to
impressive.
6 points.
It would be.
It's like hard
You
to
know,
do it a doubleheader.
second week in a row of having a back-to-back. I think it should become a tradition. Some team needs to do, or like we do a forced back-to-back for every single team on some Sunday in the season.
I would not do that.
It's too late. It's already
That's what I was
happened.
saying. There needs to be a Laz tradition now. It's gotta be doubleheader Sunday.
Hobbs, what
Some
else are you
teams gotta
doing
do
on
it.
Sundays?
Yeah, come on, Hobbs.
I spent most of this Sunday with my family.
Yeah, they can watch you play Dota.
Yeah, they can watch you play
No.
Dota, dude. You
I
could
know
do that
Near's free on
every other
Sundays. Come
Sunday,
on.
Hobbs. You can't
I
play
know
Dota with
Dawson's
the
doing anything.
boys.
Dawson's typing in Laz General every single day. He's got nothing going on.
Yeah, if y'all have time to type in Lance General, then you got nothing going on. This is a classic excuse from Doss, saying he needs 4 days head start for casting. Dude's got a schedule. Whatever actually marked the win though, looks like, so this is good.
I think the Razor. Oh, they lane swapped. Okay, so they're saying Razor IO versus TA. Wyvern. So
I think it's better. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and Night Stalker against Tusk is like he doesn't care at all. That's a really good lane swap, I think. You don't see it happen like too often anymore, like in non-pro games. I like it.
Afterglow and Fox. Getting the same lane combo we saw last game, but Karan. God damn it, I almost did it again. If I correct myself initially, then I'll stop it. Karan, playing the Razor, wants to get very aggressive in this lane. I think this is a very different flow to last game. Obviously, Karan playing in the different lane last game, but trying something different. Sexy Bun's going to be farming bot with Confused playing support Tiny. And I missed the first wave, but it looks like Breezy did okay. You can get this range creep here. Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah. I think Zeus is one of like the better heroes that lanes against Lena.
Yeah. Makes sense. I think like the whole like being a DGen BKB hero is pretty scary.
Yeah. But I also think Zeus like doesn't care about BKBs much either.
This is such a difficult lane top, though. I don't know like how they're gonna get past the start.
They also burned their first health. It got he killed it.
Hey, I mean, Afterglow got a little bit of health from it as I missed first blood. Choppa bot lane has killed off Confused. But anyway, I wanted to say top lane. Afterglow is getting harassed very heavily, and like you said, they had to pop a lot of regen early on. And the benefit of an IO being any trade you make, you can kind of just match with the regen battle. Pretty easy to keep your health up. And I guess the same thing for Fox too, but she still doesn't have a level in the Cold Embrace, so they can't actually benefit from that yet. Bot lane Confused has killed off Choppa bot lane. Little bit of payback.
I think Pugna Tusk is like a pretty awkward combo. I also think Webby is not putting any points in E,
Does Choppa just?
which
I
is
don't think he
pretty
dies
bad.
again, but like one more
you really know?
burst.
Yeah. Dude, I
He's
don't
like,
know if you know this, but I have an 80% win rate on Tusk offlane on my Smurf. And
what
you
ranks
definitely
your Smurf?
Oh
like
my god.
rank 2000.
Hobbs has a Smurf. I mean, I knew you
Yeah.
were a furry, but like.
I'm making a Reddit post about him.
I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone knows it's me because its name is now Hobby Lobby.
Isn't it illegal to have Smurfs and lads?
No?
As long as you disclose the MMR, you're fine.
Yeah. I mean, I only play stuff that's like not my best stuff.
Oh, just do that in unranked, dude. Why do you gotta have a Smurf for that?
Because I want to learn heroes, dude.
Yeah, Smurf is best for like practicing other roles, I think. We should.
Yeah, that's why you play in unranked, dude. It's like the best way to just experiment with shit.
Unranked games are pretty cancer.
I mean, they can be,
Divine.
but we can change it. It's the community that can make a difference. If everybody just played unranked and didn't do Smurfs, we could all like make a positive community, right?
No.
Now, what am I saying? That's too much to ask for. Fucked.
I mean, it's like, what is it?
I mean, I think the argument for Smurfing is like the rank system works pretty well and is a pretty accurate representation of skill level. So if you're on a practice new heroes, new roles, you know if you're losing, you're doing something wrong. And if you're winning, you're doing something right.
I think the rank system works about as good as a 10-person matchmaking system can work.
Right.
I mean, the gold standard is like a Chesh MMR where it's just 1 versus 1, but yeah.
Yeah. Right. Over time, your rank is accurate. The more games you play, the more accurate your rank is.
I guess that's true. You'd have to
the
actively
variance
learn
is
in the
sample
middle of that.
size.
Also, there's inflation.
Dr. Fume using a big word like variance and sample size.
Yes, man. Statistics, my friend.
Well, that's like 2 small words combined, right?
Everyone thinks you're just a monkey carry player, but actually you know words like variance and sample size.
Still a monkey carry player.
Hey. You may be a monkey carry player, but your Bulljax is monkey.
That's right.
Heart emoji.
Carry player? Hobbs, when are you playing this, dude?
Well, we threw an 11k lead in our last game, so now I'm worse than Filsky, so I'm crying about that.
Oh, well.
I saw that.
Dude, that was just
sad game, man.
it's just we're learning how to play together, but we should yeah, that's all there is to it.
New team.
Yeah, I mean, it's still news. Well, we're past like the learning stage. I don't know. You've only played 1 series, right?
No, we played 2 series, but those were like our only games together. We had 1 scrim. No, I mean, I don't think we want to scrim much, to be honest.
Up to the team, but if you want to perform, right?
I think we're gonna wait until we get.
Sexy Buns bot lane. I don't know if this is gonna lead to a kill on anyone because
level 6.
No, Sexy Buns is gonna commit. They can get the damage on the Choppa. No, they're fine. The Zeus ulti will finish off Choppa right at the end.
I've never seen a level 6 Tusk with no tag team. I'll be honest.
It's the mid build, but it's definitely not the offlane build.
You gotta get at least 1 point, right?
Yeah, like it's not good in mid because there's only 1 hero hitting someone.
Right.
But because you're an offlane, it's you
like,
should get tag team.
I'm sure he thought it was like I have a Pugna, I shouldn't go tag team, but
I mean,
he doesn't have to decrepify while you're tag team.
Yeah, he also like if you just tag team and hit the tiny at level 1, he has 0 armor.
Yep. And Pugna actually like right clicks has a very long range attack.
Yeah.
It's not
you
bad.
only need to put 1 point in it. not to play anymore because you want to play around your nukes as a core task.
Yeah, I think like level 1, it's fine to leave it there, but you should have it pointed up.
I'm sure he just hasn't played it because also his item builds is really fucking bad.
You don't like the Bracer Soul Ring?
No.
Bracer Soul Ring wands.
He should get Raindrop in this lane, by the way, 100%. Good Raindrop, he should get Treads. And maybe he hits the Soul Ring or the Bracer beforehand. It's like, you want to punish the Tusk and the Night Stalker before he gets 6, so you have to kill his support, so you want to get 8.
Night Stalker is like one of the heroes you need raindrops against, I think. You're gonna like lane, actually.
I mean, it just means he doesn't do it. Literally doesn't do anything. Mana regen is like super cost efficient. But I regress. Too much flame.
Kron is gonna try and run into the jungle. They want to get aggressive against Afterglow, but I think he's just spotted this beforehand. Underneath a ward, they backed away, and I might even get dewarded too if they've spotted Alren walking up with a ward. Does get a deward, and I think there's some stacks for Afterglow to farm though. He's gonna stack this one more time, and we got a 3 stack for the TA. It's not a bad jump start. 9 minutes in. We can kind of go over to net worth because I think we're beyond the CSing stage. It's again a very quiet laning stage in this game. Couple of kills here and there, but not really too much popping up. And now we get a decent fight mid lane as DKMP dove. Sexy Buns really wants that kill. It's successful, and it's a big kill indeed. As I got DKMP on the Lena, Sexy Buns going to think about re-engaging after this, but just back off. Still has some time left on his ulti. They found the opening. Killed off DKMP. Alren is going to spot Fox. And I think this is just them giving up the top tier 1. So whatever looks elsewhere on the map. Choppa, this is a different build than game 1, right?
Yeah. Let's see. What's it going?
It's 2-2, 3-2.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a level in the board yet.
Yeah, he went 1 level in Ward and then 1 in the Decrep.
I think he was like...
It was 3-1-1, and when he was level 5 first game. So he just opted to not go for Ward early. Fine.
It's fine this game. It lets them push like this.
Surprised he's not getting a 4-staff. Isn't this just like a goated 4-staff game?
For who? Poison?
Yeah. Your team needs a 4-staff against Night
You can
Star.
still get a 4-staff. It's early.
He's rushing Wraith back, bro. He's not getting 4-staff anytime soon.
I don't know that.
Like, this
what
is
if he like they win a fight, gets a big kill? Biggest kill on the map right now is the Zeus, maybe.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's like the whole goal for the 4-staff right there. Not gonna smoke for this though. They're actually just running in. Fox goes for the curse. They're gonna make this as easy as they can without even the smoke. Choppa gets the kill. It wasn't enough gold.
Very good curse.
I predicted the future though.
Why is he on there? High ground. Bold.
Yeah. That was kind of just a brain lapse there.
I don't know if it's brain lats as much as it's Breezy R just chatting up as usual. Standard Breezy R content.
Yeah.
This game definitely back and forth at the start. It's a 1k net worth lead for Reily Feid, which I think might be the biggest lead they've had all series. A bit of damage mid lane into Sexy Buns. Do they have the burst to crepify there? But Choppa can't get the kill. Is now going to be stuck underneath the tier 1 Karan, rotating with Alren for the kill. They just got the IO Uber. Make it happen. DKMP now in the reach of Alren. Fox is going to go for a D-Warn. It's just the sentry. But either way, tier 1's mid still standing. We've only lost the tier 1s in the safe lane for both teams. DKMP going to back off. We see Reily Feid being very aggressive in the whatever jungle. This Confuse is going to get slowed up. There's Webby with the snowball if they want to go in, but they don't quite have vision on the Tiny. Webby sees him now, but I think that might have been a prime opportunity.
I think they're learning from last game, and they're just chilling and farming instead of pushing mid into a lot of ways to hold the tower.
Sexy Buns might die bot lane, but even him, they're just waiting out the daytime. They got 2 more minutes till that night again, and he's, of course, got a long while on the ulti cooldown. Sexy Buns is going to live. My goodness, goes for the Hex, and I think he's just going to live 20 HP!
Yeah.
He escaped mid versus Pugna with very low HP. He escaped there.
I think if he's done first on DKMP, would have killed him. Because he doesn't have field of vision because of the nighttime. Actually, no, they're pretty. Maybe not.
DKMP top. So once again, going to try and team up and go for a kill. Is Karen really the target, though? They don't have Laguna Blade, so I don't know if they're going to have the burst. And DKMP has called that out. I just want to back off and go for farm instead. But still, you can see Reily Feid just barely ahead on the network chart. His Karan is getting a lot of space farming with the IO.
They're playing for the BKB and nighttime plus the Dark Ascension timing to take mid, I think.
I mean, we can look at the mid tower's HP. It's a little bit favored towards whatever. But obviously a push is going to be most likely a fight. I think either team would want to defend the mid tier 1 at this point.
And if you just look how they're playing on the map, you got Team Whatever, who are all sort of just clumped around mid, and then you've got Reily Feid, who are sort of playing in
smoke. There is an ulti up. Dark Ascension for Sexy Buns. The smoke is going to end as he uses the ulti. They look for Webby. Do they have a silence? No, he's in the snowball. Before they can do anything, it's snowball back towards the Tiny. There's a slow there as well. Confused is stuck on the high ground. I don't think that's what he meant to do with the shards, but still, they're not going to get the kill either way.
That was kind of awkward by Confused. He tossed Sexy Buns when he didn't even have to cast spells because Sexy Buns had a silence coming up.
Yeah. I think he was definitely trying to toss the Tusk, but he just didn't realize he was closer to Night Stalker.
Yep.
Yeah. Kind of a weird place to pop Night Stalker ulti. I don't know. Those plays kind of feel forced sometimes, but it's nighttime, so it doesn't really matter like that much.
I think they were looking for the TA, and they popped on Webby, and it became awkward because they were expecting to make a play on the right.
Yeah, for sure.
On the Ancients, and then there was actually just a Webby.
Yeah, Webby's definitely like the worst target.
Running in, if he can get the toss on the Choppa, Choppa just looks dead for sure, yeah. Toss is actually going to finish him off. This is the TP, and the Uber hits from Oren, but what a shards from Webby. It's going to completely nullify the IOLT. And, well, they deny the mid-tier 1. So, I don't know. I guess it seems like a little bit of a trade. There's a map advantage exchange, but still just a 1k net worth lead. It's really not going anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, part of the thing is they have these 2 farming quarters, so they're just holding mid and trying to dodge. I mean, I think part of it is because they're like I think sorry, what might happen is one of these Lena or this PA. I feel like if they die before BKB, the game's gonna be really awkward for Dire. But if they don't, I totally see this game going for a while and Dire and Radiant struggling to deal with them.
Well, there's a smoke. It does feel like Reily Feid is more empowered to take a fight right now as their initiation is just a bit better. Blinking in, toss, confuse. They're going to get a kill onto Fox immediately. They had issues killing Fox last game. It's a hell of a lot easier when you draft damage.
Yep. I think Radiant's going to hit the early time. They already have BKB Razor. They have BKB Night Stalker right now, so they're ready to go. They're going to like force something on mid after this bottom tower.
It's a 2k net worth lead. But I think that's mostly the supports at this point, because you look at the top of the charts, it's kind of, it's even almost. Charon is far ahead, but not too far. Still about a fight worth the gold.
Yeah, TA's like a little bit behind where you want to be, I think, in most games.
Blinking in, DKMP goes for the TP out. They have a stun. DKMP dead as they kill off the Zeus at the same time. It's a 1-for-1 Breezy. Kind of feeding away an advantage there as they just trade. Mid laner, Sexy Buns goes for the silence, already inside of the snowball. Instant blink from Webby. He's going to be able to get out alive.
I mean, I think Radiant should just make more plays with creep waves. I think they're chasing them around too much, when if they just make the game about creep waves and then fight them when they react to the creep waves, they'll find the chasing goes better.
Choppa mid. I think he needs to be a little bit careful, but Confused doesn't have any teammates behind him, so. Sexy Buns. I mean, with ulti and it being nighttime, they are just choosing to farm on the Night Stalker. But still 9-4 Karan jumping in, gets punched up in the air, has to use this BKB early as DKMP running away from the damage sap. Fox gets a nice ulti off. Not going to lead to a kill immediately, but Karan now locked in. Afterglow just cleans up. Didn't get the damage sap on the TA, and that's how it goes. Sexy Buns might just be the last target here. There's a toss from Choppa onto the Night Stalker, gets the damage. Sexy Buns picks up another kill. There's a nice little play there by Confused to get a kill for the Night Stalker. Confused now stuck in the shards, is going to get slowed up by the TA. They get another stun on the Breezy, and DKMP looking for the kill onto the Zeus. Webby is going to get a kill, or Webby dies at the very end. Breezy will pick up a kill, but can they get away on Sexy Buns? He doesn't have a TP for another 30 seconds. Stun is going to miss, and now he's stuck in the trees without the ulti. I think they're going to get it. They just spotted him with the Dragon Slave. They see him in the corner, slowed up by Fox. There's a stun from DKMP and a killing spree to boot. And the two cores on top now of whatever. And we're basically at the same net worth state, I think. But clearly advantage from that fight goes to whatever.
Yep. Well played, what effort. They kited out Karan's BKB and the game became really hard. Or the fight became really hard, rather.
Well, it seems like the plan for the fight every single time for Reily Feid has been they're going to IOLT the Razor in, maybe just jump the gun a bit too soon that time as they got Karan on top of, oh god, was it the Tusk? DKMP. Wanted to get that kill but couldn't quite chase.
The way Radiant probably wants to start the fights is they probably want to start the fights with Night Stalker ult into tiny spells, into Zeus spells, into forcing the BKBs, and then Karan
jumping in, gets on top of Breezy. They don't have a save for the Zeus, so he's just gonna fall here. Can't even cancel the suck. There's the toss. He will live for just a bit longer, but DKMP just Laguna blades him. And that's not even the kill. He just wasted it, actually. Afterglow got the kill. But there should be a very quick rush on with the Deso from Afterglow.
It's been a disaster the last, 3 minutes for Reily Feid.
I feel like this is how we've seen most of the games go tonight for whatever. Like, it isn't clear who's going to win in the early stages of the game, but they just look pretty solid in this 20-minute to 30-minute mark. Middle
Yeah,
of
I
the
will
game.
say, whatever usually executes team fights pretty well.
They have done so tonight.
And
Continuing on
the
that
Wyvern ulti
form.
just countering the Razor every single fight.
TKMP
Yeah,
going for a TP,
and the
gets
punch
canceled, still has a BKB,
pretty
still
hard.
has the Aegis. Allren on top of the cliff is going to maybe have to help out his teammate, but they found a big pick on a Choppa, or on the Webby, excuse me. Choppa already dead before this. Allren having to back away. Laguna Blade again, just being committed to scare them off, I think. But that's regen rune popped. He doesn't really care too much. It's a short
I think if
cooldown.
they just keep playing around Tiny Burst and Goose Burst, it'll force the tire supports to be an awkward support, so that where they can't just free kite the Razor, and then he can deal with their cores.
Yeah, Tiny needs to be the first one in for sure. They can't be like running in with my Stalker Razor, just get like kited and ulted or whatever.
And if you look at the levels, it shows kind of a scary situation. But the thing with the Razor versus TA matchup is like, Razor always has gameplay against TA, so even if you're like giga far behind, you can always sort of deal with it.
Yeah, you can always suck the damage.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing is like, you get tankier, and as long as you're not like one-shottable or like, what is it, like, or she can't like burst you enough so that you're scared and can't commit. It's always like, I don't know, I guess they have like two cores he kind of has to suck, which kind of makes it not as fun. But, well.
No. He's got an AC on Razor, which I think is good.
Makes sense. I mean, they are just like physical, so what's it called? The double BKB wouldn't do a ton.
Should be a trade here. They still have a Fortify on Radiant, but I don't think they're going to use it for the tier 2, or maybe they just didn't notice. Bobby top lane with the blink, might be thinking about going on Quran, but I don't know if that's the best target. Alrin is definitely a better target, but gets the link beforehand. The Tusk Snowball is actually going to block himself with the shards. If they get that kill, that's a great start. But now Alrin thinking about going back in. Fox also looking for a target, has a 4-staff here as they get Zeus on top. DKMP off to the side. Sexy Buns has found Shoppa, gets the heal from Fox. There's a BKB popped by Sexy Buns as well. There's the ulti. They just want to lock down this Night Stalker. Not going to last too long as the Fox's ult on cooldown. They're going to lose the TA. There's no Aegis on him, of course. It's DKMP with the Aegis. Going to turn around and get the 2-man stun. But I don't know if DKMP can stick around for too much longer. BKB on cooldown. It's just DKMP and Fox sticking around in this fight. The heal again from Fox is going to keep DKMP alive. They don't even expend the Aegis. But a terrible fight for whatever. Nonetheless.
Yeah, that was definitely really, really good. Getting TA like that is huge.
Still not even at a blink dagger either. The Razor death kind of sucks, but still Zeus stayed alive. Tiny stayed alive. I think maybe we might see Confused transition to the core at the end. If it gets that late.
He's going Warpack. Wraith Pack on Tiny.
Oh, yeah, so I mean, maybe you got some decent stats from that.
It's such a good item now. Someone can build it.
The mech of the old days.
Yeah.
Fox gets chased. There is a stun dodged by the 4-staff. Getting out on the Wyvern. And Breezy still just farming, but we do quiet down again. So we want to wait for the next Roshan. I think this Aegis is just going to expire without getting used. Essentially Fox making that happen.
I will say both teams are playing much better overall.
This is game 3, Hobbs. Or
What?
game 2.
Oh my
game
god.
4 for whatever. This is when it counts. You don't want to go 0-2 on your Sunday night, right?
True.
And if you're
Can
whatever, you want to
confirm.
go 4-0 because that's like a great start to Monday.
They smoke up on Radiant. Who are they gonna hit?
And it looks like they're gonna get Choppa so easy with the Zeus ulti to get vision.
Yep.
And well, Fox with the save makes it a little bit longer, but it's
Ooh.
actually just gonna get Fox killed.
That's right. I got caught by the sounds. Try to hit the ulti, but just
There's
got
a toss on the
Ooh,
DKMP.
nice toss.
Goes for Sexy Buns instead. I don't think DKMP can actually do the damage, so Sexy Buns just walks away. Tries to chance it, but in goes Webby, and I think this might be the start of a bad fight for them. Afterglow to the side is picking up a couple of kills, but they chase DKMP past the tier 3s, and now they want to look for Afterglow. But Afterglow's got BKB still. Could maybe even turn this with the TA, but he's surrounded by 4 that can keep him locked in with the Basher, killing off Ulrich. No, not even getting the IO. There he does with the side blades, but it doesn't matter because they killed off Afterglow at the same time. They don't even have a tier 1 in this lane, and they're diving it.
That was some huge IQ Night Stalker player. Just massive brain that A moved.
And BKB should have absolutely just ran away. He needed to just back up, pop BKB if you have to, and just run away.
I think the fight's kind of like I think Dire kind of at this point has a similar issue that Radiant had last game, or their other team Dire had last game. Basically, they like their team fight is a little weirder than the Radiant team, so they need to be more careful about how they take it.
Yep. If the Dire team like loses 1 or 2 heroes first, they'll bleed kills really quickly. They have to.
They have to have the correct hero to be able to protect the TA from the Razor. And then those heroes need to be protected from the Night Stalker and Magical Burst. Otherwise the game gets really awkward.
Break.
Come on. We have like 10 minutes to do that shit in between games.
A real man pees his pants.
No, that's why you gotta keep a cup next to your desk. Ain't that right, Hobbs?
No.
Gallon milk jug. Hobbs used to those long days slaving over Dota 2.
Wink.
F. You got a shit bucket, Hobbs?
No. Why would I have one of those?
Just in case.
It's called my
Dota
underwear.
2 game, you can't pause. Yeah, but that's disgusting, dude. Just use the shit bucket.
Oh boy.
Anyway, back into the game we go.
Fast P in the West.
That was. Allran actually unpaused that too. So hopefully we're ready.
Nice goes
21-13. And it's about the best Reily Feid has looked all night. Let's see if they can find some kind of an opening here. We still don't have a tier 2 dead.
Like,
30
I
minutes
think
in.
Reily Feid definitely had some hiccups here, but unlike last game, they didn't like I mean, they've had more of an advantage this game than they did at any point last game, but they did, like, both teams, like, Dire didn't just run into them after they, like, had some bad core kills. They've been getting lanes out and getting back on the map where they need to be. Yeah. It's showing that they're both teams are playing, like, pretty well. Whether or not they're both like playing to a win con, that's another question. Like, but I think they're both like they're not playing they're not gifting the game to the enemy team in the same way they did last time, which makes for fun watching.
Oh, 3K. A little bit. We see whatever trying to pick up what kind of farm they can. Zeus not going to be involved in this smoke, but still can contribute, of course. He's run at the back of this pack. Just thinking about blinking in, confused, looking for his target. So have a clear one though. He tries to find the toss. They get vision on confused. I believe there was a couple of pings there. With 50 seconds till Roshan, it is a quick one for whatever. They find an open. They're going to go for Confused, who already committed. His Blink Dagger gets stuck inside the shards now and stunned. Decamp, he can't get the ulti or can't get the LSA off. They go to the side. Sexy Buns gets the pick instead onto Webby, and they might just find Choppa. So there's a slow, not committing the BKB yet is Sexy Buns, and I think the patience was wise because they get Karan TP'd in from the Uber, Alrin pushing, and Roshan up in 20 seconds. They don't have a creep wave, but I think they're going to check it very soon and look to take, because they don't have the Tusk to deal with. They don't have the Pugna.
Invisibility.
Sexy Buns did just check it with the Night Stalker vision. Well, now we might get a fight around it. Afterglow 5-3 and 2. Can't be 4-3 and 4. Definitely a quieter game than the Void Spirit performance last time out.
Yeah, it's something to be about next Roche. See.
Tidehunter player talking about big IQ plays.
Tidehunter's harder to play than Night Stalker.
True.
I don't know about that.
Than lads, definitely.
You've lost a couple Tidehunter games. What's your win rate on Night Stalker?
It's pretty absurd.
In lads?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna need a fact check, Hobbs.
Roshan's about to be slapped.
You're gonna fact check yourself though, because I'm not gonna do it. Or you could just not.
I'm trying to figure it out.
Refresher done on Razor.
Even you played it like maybe once or twice, so like might even be kind of null and void.
Yeah. My overall Night Stalker win rate is 66% in competitive.
How many games?
Like 15 or something, 12. And half of those losses were in RD2L.
Yeah.
So.
Alright, that doesn't count, that's for sure.
Well, this is just Roshan. There was a smoke from whatever, but I think they realized it's a little bit too late.
Yeah. I guess they don't feel like they can dust. They definitely feel like.
I mean, you look at the vision advantage Reily Feid has too. Maybe they're just assuming something like that happened. They have wards all over the jungle.
If they lost like a rush fight, they'd lose the game pretty much. So.
Yeah, I played. The hose in the chat. I played Tidehunter, but I also do play like not the easiest heroes too.
To the hose.
I play very difficult heroes like Chaos Knight offlane.
Indeed. High skill crit heroes.
When are you gonna add techies to your arsenal?
Oh, that is a.
You do strike me as a techies player.
I did try it a bit. Here, I do play. Let me think. I think I tried playing alright, not say super straightforward.
What did you say?
Yeah, also, I do play heroes that are like not super straightforward offlaners, but like I'm not very. I wouldn't say I'm like great at them. Like I do play Darkseer. I do play Pango. I do play Jakiro, though he's kind of easy. I do play Tusk. I play Batrider. That hero's actually not easy. Death Prophet's pretty easy.
Choppa
play
looks pretty
easy
dead
heroes.
here. It's a 4-step out. There's a save from Fox. That toss the kick on to Karan, but he's just going to go for Choppa instead. The Decrepify used to avoid the right click. Sexy Buns goes for DKMP to the side. There's a refresher used on Karan. Wants to continue this fight here. Pops the ulti again. Goes for DKMP.
Oh, no.
But I think DKMP with the 4-step. There's a save from Fox. They get DKMP out. That's the refresher used from Karan. A lot of fight power. Or a big
nice
power
over
spike
altar, huh?
anyway. Sexy Buns wants to maybe look for more. But again, Fox is just... I mean, right on time this series with the saves on the Wyvern.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, that would have been a disaster of game losing proportions if they did not Winter Wyvern ult there.
I think one of the issues with like the TA Lena is like both those heroes are kind of like one position heroes.
Yeah, and they both kind of sit back and hit. They actually have no hero on Dire that like really goes in. Like even Tusk doesn't like really want to go in. He just wants to kind of like punch people away and play outskirts of the fights. They don't have anyone that like just jumps like Night Stalker does or Razor
I mean,
does.
the way he itemized wasn't really to commit.
Yeah.
Webby jumps in, gets a snowball. The kick onto a creep instead inside of the snowball. And he's actually going to throw out the voice line. But again, Fox with the curse gets a lot of damage and to confuse the LSA after on the 2 DKP backside. They find Arlen. Can they get... confused as well. Arlen, excuse me, Webby is going to get a punch on the Sexy Buns to the side. It doesn't matter if you have BKB, but a huge fight there to get themselves back into this game. It's a buyback from Alrin.
That's a crazy execution. Completely whiff your Tusk initiation, so you group up the enemy for a Wyvern ult. That's a high IQ offlane play, Hobbs. Are you taking notes on that one?
That was totally
maybe they just didn't like expect it to be up, honestly, because like it's such a short cooldown, 76 seconds, and it's also being decreased by the quickening charm.
They definitely were not thinking about it. They got caught with their pants down, full show. Unfortunate.
Need to keep this range creep alive. If they want the tier 2, they get it. And can they actually go high ground? They can maybe force buybacks here. It's a DD on DKMP. We saw them in the Luna game. They back off with the DD going high ground. And they will take the tier 3 here. It seems like a more dangerous fight. Webby is going way in with the snowball. Has no blink dagger. Is for sure going to die, but he's making the space right now. As they get the barracks, there's a toss back in from Afterglow. Again, the winner's curse TP gets out. There's a blink from Breezy. They live on Alrin, fortunately. But still, what a save from Fox as they get out clean. Can they get DKMP, who's getting caught in the clutches of Breezy? They need a stun. It's not going to happen.
That's actually 2 fights in a row where Webby did something completely stupid and then Fox like saved the day.
Space of the Rex.
Just like 3, isn't it? It's basically been 3 Wyvern ultis in a row on cooldown that we've seen just hit 3 people or more.
And you really gotta give Fox some props, because if you've ever played RD2L and you pick your Archon player Wyvern, you know
there's a stun LSA mid. Can they get Karan? I don't think they have the damage. The right clicks from DKMP. There's a lot of them, but it's not quite enough.
You sound traumatized.
I've every time I've ever drafted my Archon player Wyvern, they have literally lost the game for my team by like some crazy like terrible cold embrace or crazy ulti that like saves the enemy, and then they cold embrace to kill you. It's wild.
You just gotta
pick your Archon.
You gotta wade through those. It just takes practice. But I think
I actually think so I think Fox Choppa is like a really good support duo, because I think Fox is like she's like really good at casting buttons, but her overall like Dota strategy is not very good. And like I think Choppa is like kind of a Dota dork who's like a very good strategist. and so they complement each other pretty well.
Yeah, I agree with
Also,
that.
Fox has 603 games on Winter Weapon, so quite
She's
a bit of
like
practice.
she's a big hero specialist and has a lot of like practice playing.
Especially safe heroes. I think Fox is like one of the 5 hero players in Lads that's like plays like save heroes a lot.
Dark Willow, Rubik, Venge, Oracle,
Yeah. Whatever.
Bane. I'm just naming off heroes from Fox's Dota buff.
Yeah. I was thinking like usually in Lads it's Venge or Oracle that Fox has spammed in the past. Not Wyvern.
Confused is going to get spotted
That's a
first,
really
but he
good-
gets a blink away before they got damage again. Webby has missed the initiation. There's a 4-step out to save the Tusk. To the side is Fox, still saying invis. They get a nice sap from Karan, but he's off to this side. He's starting to get kited this fight. Gets yeeted to this side as Confused might just fall here at the very end. He can't be dropping though. Fox again with the save. She has to commit the curse very early to save DKMP, but I still think Confused is going to get the kill.
That's really
What a
good for
blink
Dire.
kill from the Tiny. Confused.
That was a clutch
I mean,
Zeus
I
ult.
said he would transition to the core. He's just blinking in there, no fear at all.
Yeah, that was a really clutch Zeus ulti by Breezy. Then they kind of got that vision advantage, and Night Stalker jumped on Tusk. Like if Dire had like the initiation there, I think the fight would have been different. But Radiant kind of got that glimpse of him and initiated first, and that kind of turned the fight in their favor. Like
Well, again, we're so used to seeing Webby like miss an initiation and whatever wins the fight anyway, but
yeah,
just didn't.
that time they didn't like have that immediate turnaround.
Yeah, well, I think that
and it was Sexy Buns. That
Reily
got the
Feid did a
turnaround
better job
for-
spacing too that fight. Karan was
Yeah,
yeeted
exactly.
off to the side, which you know is a downside, but also it's upsides of well, there's not a winner's curse opportunity then.
And he's playing Razor, so he's a hasted hero, so he just runs back in. And he has his refresher, he just lets people. This could be Megas, maybe.
I'm gonna try
At
and
least
take the
2
full fight.
racks.
They don't have the eggs on Razor though, which I think would have made it
Yeah.
Megas. I don't think they can get Megas.
Yeah, they're gonna respect they have to be careful of the Tusk like throw back and fountain and shit. So they respect that, which is smart.
Sexy Buns top lane does not have a blink dagger, so they're not gonna find Afterglow. Sitting on 4k gold right now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
You can see the creep wave mid pushing all the way in. They've kind of equalized it. There's still a range barracks sitting in the mid wave, as well as bot lane. They got the both lanes of melee barracks. So whatever goes for a 4-man smoke through the mid river. Sexy Buns farming the small camp there. I don't think he's gonna get spotted by Webby, but we've seen him miss this initiation before. Can he get it this time? The punch, the snowball, they get the stun. Webby is gonna get locked in. The kick. It only actually it just made it last longer. I think he would have died quicker, but still he's got it buyback.
And
Dude, that was a quick spawn.
I don't think buying back to Contest Roshan's worth it. I think they just give it up to Dire. Yeah, I take it so fast anyway.
I mean, it's just a very opportune pickoff to find the Zeus right there. There is an eggs on the ground. We'll see who they give that to. It looks like it's going to be Afterglow.
Pretty big swing.
Yeah, that was like the optimal. When you smoke, that's the best thing you could hope for.
I mean, with
Get
the
mid.
eggs drop 2 on Roche, that's like a 4k gold swing, right?
Yep.
Plus
TA
the
eggs is
Aegis.
pretty big. Yep. I think I want to see TA build an MKB. I think they just need to blow off this Night Stalker quickly in fights, and they're just kind of not hitting him. Like one of Lena or TA needs an MKB to like actually like proc some fucking damage on Night Stalker. He's just avoiding everything. He's got high armor.
The thing is he's like controlling the fights really hard because they don't have like casual stuns on their supports because they have the double save supports.
Yeah, and I think like in that fight in the bottom jungle, like TA and Lena both hit him a lot, but they weren't doing any damage. Not enough to like really scare him because they don't have MPVs. He's got halberd and armor.
Big IQ carry player here talking about.
I'd be like, yo, I don't want this Night Stalker in my face. I'd be like, Hobbs in my face, I'm buying MPV.
Loggies.
All tier 2's dead on the map. Afterglow is going to be pushing in bot lane, but of course with the eggs, you can just be anywhere on the map at this point.
Triple fire.
Don't worry, he has a trap anyway. Sexy Buns. Looking at Webby mid, but I don't think it could be a kill they commit for. Webby actually has BKB, but he just doesn't have the buyback gold. Buyout and also have the buyback. Night Stalker ulti used. There's a 5-man smoke, but I think it might have just told what was going on. I don't know if that smoke is really going to be doing too much there. It might have just been miscommunication. But Allren biting the bullet, goes for the gem. He's only died 3 times on the IO. 18 assists.
Yeah, he's doing a good job of amping up his whole team a lot.
Not getting himself in too thick of things, and I think he's been spot on with some of the TPs. But we'll see whatever. Do a very similar move. They know Reily Feid just missed theirs. See if whatever can take an attempt here. Both teams kind of in the same mindset of playing grouped. Don't give one hero up again like they just gave up the Zeus. See, that led to Roshan.
And everyone has buybacks besides TA, so I don't know. Any big engagement's gonna have several buybacks coming out.
Yes. It is definitely anyone's game.
And
I'd
again
say
we
I
go.
still
Yeah,
I think
it's much more Radiant.
Radiant just needs to be careful about. So the two things they need to worry for is getting 2 split so that they get picked off by Tusk and Tusk and right click,
For
but
DKMP,
also
there is a blink on Sexy,
a
or
lot
not a
more.
blink. He's just going to run in, go for Webby, but the BKB is there this time. Once they get a
Good
punch
reaction.
onto Sexy Buns as DKMP gets tossed up, goes for the BKB. There's the sap. He has to back away from Karan, trying to survive the Wrath of the Razor, is able to get outside of his clutch as Sexy Buns is going toe-to-toe with Afterglow. There's another sap onto the T, and I think Afterglow is just dead for the first time, but no other kills elsewhere. Confused is going to die for the first time, comes back. Afterglow does not have BKB, used it before the Death Blinks on top of Sexy Buns, can't get any hits because of the Decrepify. Karan now goes back into this. There's the ulti from Fox to lock in Karan. Winder's Curse. And I think DKMP is still alive here, barely survives, is outside the vision, gets caught by Breezy's Nimbus, blinking in, goes back towards Afterglow, and still does not have BKB. They found the TA, they get the IO on top. This is a disaster for whatever. They need to get TA out of here. There is no Winter's Curse. Afterglow gets 4-staffed away with the ward, double 4-staff. They can get DKMP and Afterglow out. It's the buyback from DKMP. Breezy blinking, and there's a buyback from Night Stalker. Sexy Buns wants to keep the fight going, but I think both teams just calming down. It's really just an exchange of buybacks there. And
Very
two
nice
used
saves
on the side of Reily Feid.
I think they also did an Aegis, right?
And an Aegis.
Yeah, they got Aegis. TA was just on an island and getting smacked by Night Stalker and Razor lost Aegis, but then the team kind of came, Tusk punched him away, Wyvern saved. I have so much delay on Dire. Heal. These like Lina buyback's huge. I think you're ready. If you're Radiant, you're like, we kill this Lina, we win the game, pretty much.
I think the TA is way too bad against the Razor for you to be that worried about it.
Kind of running out. He's running out of damage and ability to hit people. He doesn't have like enough control to like actually hit anybody. I feel like he needs like a Hex and the MKB. I said he needs. I don't know which one is better. Maybe Hex. Sell these treads to Hex.
I think he should just be pushing the lanes out deeper, to be honest.
I mean, he has Ags, right? He hasn't been using his Ags at all, really. So
I think I think they're playing too scared on the lanes with Lena in TA when like if you have Lena in TA you have to play deep on lanes and cover them. But if you just play scared, they're just gonna you're just gonna let like nighttime come up again and again and again and make the game giga hard for your supports.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I could do with more of that.
Oh, 5-man smoke. Once again, I think this might be their last smoke for a little bit too. Or maybe they have one more. But I've seen quite a few smoke plays in the last couple of minutes.
Dash is in the base.
That's gonna have a point. No one wants to give up a pick here. Yeah, again, Hobbs. This is week 2. Both teams playing very safe.
Yeah, honestly, I think these are two of the teams that are looking the best coming out of the first like matchups. I think whatever's playing a
I
lot
could agree
better
with that.
than like a lot of people give them credit for.
They've been
And I
decently
think that
consistent. I mean, DKMP hasn't really ever gone too far in playoffs, but you know, it's found a couple of upper brackets in League of Lands. At least through the regular season. I mean, it's ending off the season is a little different.
I mean, I think this team actually could be different. I think they could have upper brackets or like playoff success.
I think both teams could. They're
Yeah.
probably like they're definitely like the top half of the what I think are the stronger teams.
I think it's kind of weird watching them because they both kind of like play a little too. There's just a lot of like random dead time from watching both teams play. Like it goes from insanely active to like randomly dead. If that
Oh,
makes sense.
I mean, I guess they could be waiting out the buybacks. We might get a fight here as they approach slightly closer. Webby is going to go in, gets the punch, gets the snowball back in. They get the BKB from Sexy Buns. Alrin keeping the Night Stalker alive with 2 Nimises right on top of each other. Choppa barely staying alive is eventually going to die here as they also find DKMP to the side, tossed up by Confused and was locked in. They don't get DKMP out alive, and that is a dieback. That might just mean if they can get a couple more kills here, at least more, but there's another 4-man ulti Decrepify from Choppa, nullifies the whole thing. And a very accidental play there, I believe, as Afterglow is trying to make his way back to the tier 4s. The barracks are right there. But first, Sexy Buns wants to focus the enemy heroes. There's a lot of buybacks being used as Afterglow focuses his Fox back into the fountain. Afterglow, without a target, just tried to kill the Nimbus as Webby gets chased back to the fountain. This is just looking disaster, awful for whatever. And it might just be game without even taking the barracks because that's a lot of buybacks spent. No buybacks available from any of the heroes dead at the moment. I think that might just be game. Afterglow has to watch the base die. There is a Halberd stun from Sexy Buns onto the Abyssal. The Nimbus beyond that. Down goes Afterglow. No buyback. And Reily Feid looks strong in game 2. Did not falter in the last fight. Not a single death. And, well, on a 3 lads debuts tonight, for Confused Allrin.
This is a comeback game too.
Oh, not Vol. Who the fuck is Vol? Anyway, that's Allrin. That's Allrin.
Yeah, he's got. Yeah.
Bro, I really wish it like carried over names from the lobby. That'd be nice. anyway, as I was saying, a couple of lads debuts from Confused Orin and I think Green Bean, but
Yep.
still looks solid. Two strong teams, or not lads debuts, but new in the week 2.
First
They played
season.
before this, but still looking good. Reily Feid take it 41-20, 55 minutes in. Again, joined by Fume and Hobbs. It looks like whatever had advantage most of the series, but Reily Feid can at least take a game off.
No, I'd say this game was pretty even. I'd say the last game was even in the beginning, and then they lost the
I want to
wheels.
say, like, including their earlier series as well, they looked pretty solid.
Oh yeah, they both look like pretty solid teams. Especially this game too. It was clear that both teams had a pretty good sense of like what they needed to do. And they both like, I think like the setting up. I think both teams just sort of like the plays before they set up what they're trying to do can be improved. But like I think they were both like looked conceptually pretty solid, which is like they've got good building blocks.
The
I think.
best Hobbs compliment you can get,
No,
conceptually
no, no.
solid.
There are people who are way fucking better than me, dude. There are even people who are way fucking better than me in this league. But I won't get into that. I mean,
No,
like
no.
the thing is, it's like it's hard to be conceptually solid at Dota because it's like it's a very difficult game, and there are a lot of things you have to think about. To
That
get
changes
5
every
people,
game.
and to get 5 people to have a conceptually solid sense of like what they need to do, which really means like you know what you're playing for is like really difficult when like half the time you got a fucking mouth briefer on your team. It's just like saying random shit. But I digress.
Fume anything?
Yeah, I like their bounce back from game one. Team Whatever looked really good today. I think
Yeah.
they like their mid game was very strong. Even the fourth game, they kind of made a couple of mistakes. Later on in the fourth game. I think the Reily Feed drive was just easier to execute.
Yeah.
And they just made a couple better reads on the game and ended up in their favors.
I think you're
But
right there.
overall, both teams are good.
Whatever. There's some things to take away and learn from game 4, but still, you'll take a 3-1 doubleheader. I think as long as you're positive, you're looking good. And they move into first of the standings. Now it is partially because they've played more than others, but technically right now, as of right now, whatever is first in the standings. So congratulations to them.
Good on them.
All right. Goodbye. That is the end of the
Bye.
stream. Thank you, Hobbs. Thank you, Fume, and Bulljax, and
Later,
other
homies.
people sooner. Goodbye.